saving $50,000 before the age of 20. To some of you, it might seem like a lot, and to some of you, it might seem like it's only a small amount. So let's just dive on in, and I'm glad you've decided to watch this. I'm going to start off with my own story to prove to you that almost anyone can save $50,000 before the age of 20. So around the age of 9, one of my biggest moments in my financial journey was when my mother became a single parent trying to support 2 kids. She didn't have a job at that time, so we had to live off of government aid. I'm incredibly thankful for the government aid. Oftentimes it can be embarrassing being in a situation like that. I remember wearing my pants till there was more holes than pants at one point. But my mom, an immigrant who learned English as a second language, had a tough time getting a job, but she kept her head held high and kept on trying, which has led to me always working hard and trying my very best in every situation. So when I had turned old enough to work, I tried my very hardest to get my first job. The job I ended up with was one I applied to twice. To this day, I'm still very grateful for the chance they took on me. I was inexperienced, shy, and just not the perfect candidate. About 9 months into working as a dishwasher, I was given my first promotion. So it was just shortly after I had turned 16. I believe if you work diligently and show initiative, you will get noticed by your employer. And in terms of my academic career, I'd worked quite diligently, and upon graduating, I had a quite large sum in scholarship money. You can check my other video about going to school for free, but this scholarship money really helped me build up my $50,000 savings. And just earlier this year, I decided to make my first budget, which you can check out on my channel too. The use of a budget has really allowed me to better track my finances. So through the years, my first year working, I made about $6,000, then $17,000, then $35,000 and $32,000. There was a slight decrease in last year. It was due to scholarship money. I just didn't earn as much. But enough about me. Let's talk about why you should aim for $50,000 or more before the age of 20. Obviously, when you build a $50,000 portfolio, you will be earning a sizable dividend income. Suppose you live a busy life. If you own steady income stocks, you can make an extra $2,500 every year or more, which you can keep on saving, growing, and earn an even bigger dividend income. And to have such a large portfolio before the age of 20 will give you a leg up on everyone else, since you will have 40 to 60 years of compounding. Or in a shorter time span, a large down payment on a first home. The beauty of saving when you are young is that you can live like a broke college student and no one will judge you, because you could be a broke college student and blend in with everyone else. You should avoid the expensive dates, the expensive vehicles, and the expensive clothes, because if you can let your nest egg build, you'll be able to buy all the stuff many times over. Charlie Munger, the partner of the legendary investor of Warren Buffett, said, "I don't care what you have to do if it means walking everywhere and not eating anything that wasn't purchased with a coupon. You have to find a way to get your hands on your first $100,000. So continuing on what Munger said, you gotta learn how to track your cash flow. If you don't know where your money is coming from or where it is going, it will be a tough time. And again, you must ask yourself if luxury is really necessary at this point in your life. You have to understand the opportunity cost you are giving up. Whatever you buy now that money could be worth 8 to 12 times what it is worth now. And you find it absolutely necessary that you need some luxury in your life, you should shape your budget so that you can afford it without going broke. The feeling of satisfaction you can get from saving a substantial amount will give you an incentive to save more and a confidence boost in terms of your personal finance. Everyone has to start somewhere in terms of part-time jobs. I would suggest a place where you have a high ceiling and lots of opportunity to learn. It can be incredibly hard to secure a first job, But when you do, take advantage of every learning opportunity, every advancement, and every opportunity to improve yourself, because ultimately it will make you more valuable. The faster you climb the ladder, the more experience you will gain and more skills you will develop, oftentimes coming with a promotion. At the end of the day, you get out what you put in, and don't slack off when you can be bettering yourself. Some lucrative jobs for younger people could be a tutor, which often pays 20 or more per hour. A restaurant, if you're a cook or a host, you will make a substantial amount with your added tips. And as a lifeguard, you can make quite a substantial amount working at the poolside. When you're young, you have all the time in the world, but that doesn't mean you can slack off, because soon real life responsibilities will catch up to you. One of my biggest regrets is not studying personal finances younger and as I was growing up. Warren Buffett made his first investment at the age of 11, which is many years before the average age. When you're young, you should utilize an RESP to provide a tax shelter for your nest egg. Even if you are going to a cheaper college, you should still utilize it, as there is a lot of government aid that comes with using an RESP, about a total of $7,200. Even if your parents can't contribute much, it all adds up in the end. So in regards to my financial knowledge, one of my biggest mistakes was focusing too much on my academics. There is more to making money than just good grades. Obviously, when you start your part-time job, you'll need to time manage as well, which we'll discuss in the future. Time management is very important in terms of utilizing your time to better yourself or earn more money. Some resources that I would recommend are Rich Dad vs. Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. That one will really get your thoughts going about how you can make more money and how you can think beyond just a part-time job. The next one I would recommend is McGill Personal Finance Essentials. It is a free online course. It takes about 8 hours to complete, and it covers a lot of the basics of personal finance. And lastly, I would recommend any of the 4 Dummies books on personal finance, investing, stock investing. So finally, you have to set out your plan for your accumulation. You should be able to plan out how many shifts or hours you need to work depending on your wage. The first thing you must understand is your saving percent. Your saving percent dictates how much you need to make in total. Your total requirement is equal to the amount desired over the saving percent. So say your amount desired is $50,000, and to keep it simple, I put the table down below for saving percent of 100%, so you don't spend any of your money. If you can average approximately $1,500 per year with 5% interest, you will save $50,000 at the end of the 20 years. $1,500 for 20 years without interest is only $30,000, so you're almost doubling your money in that time frame. With 5 years, you only need to save $9,000 per year with 5% interest, and for 4 years, $12,000 per year with 5% interest. So obviously, when you have a larger time frame, you don't need to save as much, but if you have that larger time frame and you can save more, it will just grow and grow. So you should aim for more than $50,000. I hope you found this video useful today. Leave a comment, leave a like, and subscribe.